Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to be reading the first 3 chapters in our new book, 12 Laws of Karma. This was written by Manhardeep Singh, who's written many books, including a whole series of what he terms 12 laws of. So I think there's 12 laws of the universe, love, money, attraction, several. I think we've read one of these already, but this is coming off of the book we just read. If you followed, if you didn't, that's fine. But we talked a lot about reaping and sowing, and this book is basically dedicated to the law of cause and effect, which is reaping and sowing, which is also karma, and many other terms that we have, at least in America, for referring to cause and effect or karma. All right, so we already read the introduction. That was actually longer than any chapter in this book. Each chapter is just a few pages long. All right, so chapter 1, the law of cause and effect. Whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. When most people speak of karma, they are probably referring to the great law of cause and effect. According to this law, whatever thought or energy you put in, you will get back, good or bad. To get what you want, you need to embody and be worthy of those things. It is the concept of you reap what you sow. For example, if you want love in your life, be loving to yourself. If you plant loving kindness, you shall get that in return. The message here is like that of the law of attraction. Everything you give is also what you will receive, be it positive or negative. So if you want love in your life, be loving. If you want to enjoy financial abundance, be generous. And if you want to have honest and open relationships, you also need to offer authenticity and honesty to the people you care about. The law encourages us that to get the things we want, we must also embody those things. When you think everything is someone else's fault, you will suffer a lot. When you realize everything springs only from yourself, you will learn both peace and joy. And that is a quote from the Dalai Lama. Simply put, this law says that your thoughts and actions will have consequences. What these consequences look like and when they will take effect depends on the actions themselves. Good actions will have good consequences and bad actions, bad consequences. Here's an example. If you are friendly and accommodating to people around you, you will make friends in return. It is like the law of attraction that says, like attracts like. So if you want to achieve peace, harmony, and prosperity, you must act accordingly and do good. In simpler words, what you give is also what you will receive. If you want love in your life, love your fellow men. If you want to have honest and open friends, get to know them honestly and with openness. Want happiness, give happiness, simply stated. And that's the end of chapter 1. So chapter 2 is the law of creation. Life does not happen by itself. We need to make it happen. The law of creation underscores the importance of life not simply happening to us. For things to happen in your life, you must act rather than wait for something to come your way automatically. You are the co-creator of making what you want based on your intentions. Ask yourself what you need to free up in order to create space for what you want to appear. Also, consider how you can use your skills, talents, and strengths to create something that benefits not only yourself, but others as well. The law of creation is about, you guessed it, creating. You don't wait for good things to happen in your life. You go out and make things happen. Oprah's and Beyonce's of the world are some of the prime examples of people who embody this karmic law. They have used their talents, gifts, and abilities to bless the world. They are constantly creating something, not only for the benefit of themselves, but also for the benefit of others. So the power to create ideally is within you. Life requires our participation to happen. It does not happen by itself. We are one with the universe, both inside and out. Whatever surrounds us gives us clues to our inner state. Surround yourself with what you want to have in your life and be yourself. According to the karmic law of creation, we must be active participants in our lives if we want to get what we want. We can't just wait for things to happen to us. We must aim to surround ourselves with what we want in our lives and look in our environment for clues about what we need. An important part of understanding the law of creation is seeing that things outside of us tell us what is happening within us. So if you don't like how your life looks right now, look inward and ask yourself what you need to change. The law of creation also overlaps with the law of attraction. It says that you should actively invest time and effort in the things you want. You can't go through life expecting everything to come by itself. Work actively towards your goals and create an environment in which you feel comfortable. The environment is important in this context as it has a significant influence on you and your well-being. It becomes part of you and influences you on many things. That is why it is your responsibility to act and adjust the environment according to your wishes. If you are not happy with the way things are going in your life right now, look at your surroundings, decide what needs to be changed, and then change it. You cannot simply wait for things to happen to you. An important part of understanding this law is seeing things outside of ourselves. These external things teach us what happens within us. If life doesn't look the way you want it, look inward and ask yourself what needs to change. Ask yourself what you need to release. Create space for the things you desire to show up. Don't wait for great things to fall into your lap. If chaos surrounds you, then there is an internal chaos that you must address. Surround yourself with what and who you want to be. Then you can create the future you want. Also, consider how you are using your skills, talents, and strengths. Are you creating something that only benefits you? Or are you also benefiting others through your actions? Take efforts to create. I think that's very important to understand about the universe and the laws in this sense, is that whatever you ask for yourself, you need to also ask for it for everybody. If it's something you would desire for yourself, ask for it for everybody, not just for yourself. And chapter 3, or the third law, the law of humility. This is a tough one. One must accept something in order to change it. According to Paul Harrison, creator of the Daily Meditation, the law of humility works on the principle that you must be humble enough to accept that the present reality results from past actions. For example, if you blame your colleagues for poor performance at work, Harrison says, accept that you created this reality by not performing well. To change something in your life, you first have to accept what is there presently. This is the premise of the law of humility. This is a characteristic that embodies many very successful people. They are strong, kind, generous, and very humble people. But when they all started on their paths, they had to accept certain things about themselves and society. So, no matter where you start, you need to know that if you can own your story and its facets that you have no control over, you can also own the path that follows. A happy, healthy, and successful future is yours for the taking. So the first step is to accept something. Yes, to accept something to change it. If all one sees is an enemy or a negative personality trait, then they cannot focus on a higher level of being. And of course, that's all they'll continue to see. Even in Buddhism, we can see the emphasis on the importance of the law of humility, as that you need to accept the true reality of something before you'll ever be able to change it. If you constantly blame others for what you create or see someone who disagrees with you as a villain, you are out of step with reality. Therefore, it is very difficult to make the required changes. Consistent introspection helps you get the most out of the law of humility. The law of humility says you have to accept things before you can change them. You need to think humbly so that you can understand and accept your mistakes and weaknesses before taking the next step. You can change your direction only when you are ready to deal with the nasty truths about your actions. Denying your own mistakes leads to you not working on them, and as a result, you do not improve your skills. If you are in this category, it's difficult to make the required changes. Consistent self-reflection helps you make the most out of this law. Start where you are. If you want to change something, you really need to understand what to start with. Humbly accept your reality. Then work proactively to change what needs to be changed. Think about where you are in your life, then work humbly on what you want. Accept reality, bring changes. Okay, so that completes our first 3 laws. We will read laws 4, 5, and 6 in our next video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you all very much. And until I see you again, take care of yourselves as always, and take care of those around you. And I will see you for our next 3 laws in our next video. Bye-bye.